Yeah, welcome back to this class on free JavaScript class. This is part 4 of this topic on data types, variables, statements, and functions. Okay, we want to be practical this time around. Now, if you remember in the last video, this is what we are doing. Let me reduce the font size there. I created a simple application that displays a title, a button. Then when you click the button, then you are going to have a kind of alert that says greet me, that says you are welcome rather. And if I check my notes, in the notes I was discussing in the last video, I said there are inbuilt functions. One of them is alert. You have seen what alert can do. Let me show you again. So this is the application. We'll click on greet me. There you have alert. Then I want to show you some other inbuilt function like prompt and confirm. We use prompt to get input from the user. You want somebody to enter something. That is the function of prompt. Though, by the time you advance in JavaScript development, you don't need all this alert, prompt, and confirm. They are just for learning purpose. What you need mostly, you may need to design a form to collect your user input. You may need to design interface for the output. But for now, we are using alert for output. We are using prompt for input to get data from your user. Then confirm is just to confirm something, either yes or no. And by the time the person click OK, then it will be the result will be true. If it doesn't click OK, it will be false. So that is the function of confirm. Okay. Now let me quickly show you prompt and confirm in practice. So if I go back to this index page, this is our index. I will still emphasize that you watch my video on HTML and CSS. There are over 20 videos and they are short videos, and it's better you watch it, because by the time we begin to go advanced, you will need the skill of HTML and CSS to design interface for your application. Now let's say I want to capture the age of somebody, and I want the person to enter his age. So I'm going to do that if I go to my code.js, that is where I'm going to write the code. But the button that will trigger the code, I will put it here. I will say button. Then let me just copy this and paste. Now this time around, I'm going to change the name of the button to age game. Let's just call it age game, or let's say play game. Then here I will just call the function age game. You can name your function with anything. Just make sure you follow the naming convention that I discussed. I discussed the naming convention here. Must start with a letter. It cannot contain space. If you want to use okay, like this, it can't contain space like this. If at all you want to separate it, you use underscore, and it cannot start with a number. So if I go back to my index dot, so this is the name of my function, and this is the click event I want to fire through this function. So I'm going to go back to JavaScript and start another function. You can have as many functions in a JavaScript page and say age game. It must be exactly the same thing with what you type in your page. Okay, let me confirm that it is exactly the same thing, age game. Okay, now let's create some variable. Let You see, if you notice that in between the open and the closing function, anything I type, I usually indent it. That is how to type your code to make it readable. So you say let age be equal to prompt. Prompt, what is your age? Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this? It's as good as saying let age be equals to 25. Don't forget this semicolon of it, and it's always good we put it. Okay. It's as saying we are creating a variable called age. We assign 25, but this time around I'm not assigning 25. I'm prompting the user to type something, and the question that will be posed to the user is, what is your age? Okay, let me delete this, and let's see what will happen if we run this program. I've just created a function called age game, and I create a variable, what is your, and nothing is happening with the variable. Okay, and don't forget that in my index I've created another button called play game. Let me put a break tag to create a space between two of them. Let me save, and my code.js, let me save it also, and let's go back and refresh. Okay, I have another button called play game, but this time around I want to create more space between them. Sorry, so I'll create another break tag. Okay, so I go back. Okay, now if I click this play game, you say what is your age, and there is a box waiting for me to enter something. If I click cancel, nothing is happening. That means I'm not entering anything. Let me do it again. If I type something like a 24, I say okay, nothing is still happening because I have not written any code to handle whatever is typed there. So I go back and I say okay, alert. I want something to happen. By the time it does that, your age is now I may do something very funny here. In JavaScript, I want alert to print this string out at the same time, and I want 25 to be printed, but 25 is not a string, and I want both of them to be printed, so I have to use concatenation symbol, this plus, to join them together. Print this string, at the same time print 25. So that is the essence of this plus. We call it concatenation. Concatenation. To join two or more things together, especially to join number with string together in JavaScript. Now let's save this. So if the person clicks on this play game, what will happen? The function age game will be fired because I have attached this button called play game. I've attached this click event with a function called age game, and that function is in a file called code.js, which is here. And when that function is being fired, it's going to prompt the user for the age. And by the time the user enters remember the age is already saved under age here. Okay, this one is not going to work. I will say plus age. So let's call it your age. So this one will be your age. So what I've just done here, I create a variable called your age, and I want to assign this value that the person will enter through this prompt function. I told you this is another function that is inbuilt. So by whatever the person enter is stored under your age, and I want to alert it that your age is plus your age. I've explained this plus to combine string with a kind of a variable, which is number here. So that is that. Let me save it and go back and play game. If I type 54, okay, I seem not to have that. Okay, let me check what is happening right there and see where the error is. Okay, the error here is that, now if you look at other code, every statement ends with semicolon. I didn't put semicolon here. So if I put semicolon and I save it, save, go to be sure I go to file save, then go back and say play game. Then I type 56 and I say okay. See, your age is 56. So that is okay. Anyway, my browser is bringing this page, this page from creating the additional dialog. But ignore it. Though in the real application, we don't use alert like this. But this is just for demonstration and teaching purpose. You say okay. So that is a simple way to demonstrate how to use prompt function. How to use prompt function. Now let me talk about the other one, which is the other one, which is the confirm function.